I still don't understand why I could be attracted to that girl. The girl sitting in the chair next to me. She wasn't special. She had no face like an angel. She was not fashionable, and she did not talk much. But she had a special quality in my eyes. Her face was so calm and pleasant. She always dressed modestly. She only used thin makeup on her face. Not like most girls who were competing to use makeup so much they looked scary. Girl also did not try to attract my attention like other girls around me, including her own best friend, Diana.
Sorry,
said the girl when our hands touched. She reached for her eraser that fell next to me, and I intended to get it. I could see her adorable face and the nervousness in her eyes. I smiled. It's okay. I could see her smiling nervously, turning her face and hiding behind her beautiful long hair. I tried to refrain from reaching and slipping a strand of hair covering her face behind her ears, only to see her very beautiful face.
Hello, Daniel,
greeted Diana, the best friend of the girl, Amelia. I raised an eyebrow when I saw her sitting on Amelia's chair. Diana smiled teasingly when she saw me staring at her. Maybe she thought that I was interested in her, even though I was only interested in her best friend. I could find a girl like Diana everywhere, but that's not the case for a girl like Amelia. I returned Diana's smile half-heartedly, then turned my face to the physics textbook and tried to concentrate on the lecture. I haven't sat next to Amelia for several days. Diana continued to sit on Amelia's chair, whereas Amelia sat on Diana's chair, next to Romeo, the youngest and most stubborn young man in my opinion. How lucky Romeo was, sitting next to Amelia. Just watch out if he dared to tease her. I would not hesitate to beat him up, even if it would ruin my reputation. My eyes continued to explore, looking for the girl who had stolen my heart. But I did not see her anywhere. She was not in class, nor in the library, park, or basketball court, though I really wanted to ask why she was avoiding me lately. If I did something wrong, I would apologize and ask her to sit next to me again. I was sick of sitting next to Diana. She was the same as other girls who were fake, trying to attract my attention with false stories. For example, this morning, in sociology class, she told me that she really liked to socialize by visiting traditional markets and shopping there. I could only frown. Which part of it was socializing? I immediately noticed that Diana was a spoiled, stupid, and unruly girl. She didn't even understand what socializing meant. I was really dumbfounded. How could she have a friend who was 180 degrees different from her? I did not know. This world was full of mystery. I took a deep breath when I couldn't find Amelia anywhere. I glanced at my watch. The break was only 10 minutes away. Only one place that I had not looked into. The cafeteria. Is she there? But Amelia very rarely ate in the cafeteria without Diana. I knew that Diana was in the student council that was having a meeting at that time. I didn't know because I was interested in that. I knew because Diana herself told me. But what's wrong with looking for Amelia in the cafeteria? With steady steps, I walked towards the cafeteria, located behind the school building. Arriving there, I frowned, looking at the sea of students who were competing to get their lunch. Is Amelia here? How could I look for her in this crowd? My eyes continued to explore, looking for her figure. Many minutes passed. Still, I did not find her. With unsteady steps, I walked towards the door that I had entered in. Suddenly, my eyes caught the figure of Amelia, sitting alone in a corner of the cafeteria. It seemed she had finished eating because in front of her there was an empty plate and a glass of chocolate milk, her favorite drink. I smiled with relief seeing that girl. I slowly walked toward her. Our views met. She looked confused. She turned her head several times. After realizing that I was really walking toward her, she quickly got up and headed for the exit. The big crowd made it difficult for me to follow, but I didn't want to let it go. Looking for that girl really required a lot of effort, and I didn't want to waste this opportunity. Finally, I managed to get out of the cafeteria through the back door. I turned around to look for Amelia. My efforts were not in vain when I saw her back not far from where I was standing. I quickly grabbed her wrist. She looked very surprised.
What's up?
She stuttered. "Why are you avoiding me?" I asked, as softly as possible. I didn't want to make her run away from me.
I'm not avoiding you.
She answered in the sweetest voice I had ever heard. I raised an eyebrow, staring at her who didn't dare to look at me. I could feel her lying. Out of nowhere, the idea just flashed my head. This girl liked me. "You avoided me. You left when you saw me coming. You also moved in Diana's chair."
I did not avoid you. It's my right, after all. We are nothing.
I was a little surprised to hear the firmness in her tone, but I could see her eyes betrayed her words. She released her hand from my grip, and immediately, I felt empty. "I just want to sit with you." The words just rolled out of my lips. She was stunned to hear my words.
Why?
She asked softly. I paused for a moment, then smiled. "Because I like you." I decided to be honest with her, so she could not run away from me anymore.
I don't like you.
Her words froze me, but seeing the look in her eyes that seemed to want to cry made me immediately realize it. "You're lying," I said softly.
I'm not lying.
"You're not lying, just not honest. Is this because of Diana?" Her body stiffened when she heard the name of her best friend. Looks like my guess was right. Slowly, my hand reached out to her. I gently rubbed her cheek, trying as hard as possible not to pull her into my arms. "I will get you," I said with all my heart and determination. I could see her stunned when she heard my words. I smiled at her, then turned and walked away, leaving her. I would never let this girl go. A girl who could steal my heart. As my father said, if you like someone and feel she is right for you, fight as hard as possible as a man. It is true. I will definitely get you, Amelia.